सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्. We are in chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita and we are almost concluding the chapter. We have finished 38th sloka and in this class we are doing Upasamhara, conclusion. So before doing the Upasamhara, let us do the 37 and 38 sloka once again and then go forward. Vrishninam vasudevosmi pandavanam dhananjayah मुनीनामप्यहं व्यासः कवीनामुसना कविः. I am Krishna among Vrishni clan. I am Arjuna among Pandavas. I am Vyasa among the sages. I am Sukra among seers. So, Vrishninam means Vrishni is a Vamsha, is a clan. So, among Vrishni clan, among Vrishni Vamsha, I am Vasudeva, Vasudevasya Putraha, Vasudevaha. Pandavanam, among Pancha Pandavas, I am Dhananjaya. Muninam, Aham Vyasaha. Among Munis, I am Vyasa. So there is a special significance in these three identifications. One, Vasudeva is a person who taught Gita. Dhananjaya is a person who received Gita. And Vyasa Maharshi is the one who wrote or documented Gita. So, by saying, I am Vasudeva, I am Dhananjaya, I am Vyasa, Paramatma is saying there is no difference between seen, seer and the Drusyam. There is no difference between Drashta, Drusyam. There is no difference between seen and seer. There is no difference between a teacher and the taught and the writer. That means everything is God. Like, we have that Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno Brahmanahutam, Brahmaivate Nagantavyam, Brahma Karma Samadhina. In that, the Arpanam is Brahma, the Sruk or the spoon is Brahma, the Havis oblation is Brahma, the Karta is Brahma, the person who is taking oblation is Brahma. So like that everything is Brahma. In the same way here Paramatma is indirectly saying, though he is giving the manifestation, he is hinting that he is all. Here there is not even an iota without God. That is the idea which Paramatma wants to drive home. Kavinam Usana Kavihi. Among Kavis, I am a Kavi called Usana. So here the Kavi is not one who writes poetry. Kavi is Krantidarsi, Trikalajna, who can see present, past and future. Such people are called Trikalajna. They have the knowledge of all three times. Bhagavan is Trikalajna. Similarly, there are certain people who have got this siddhi. They can foresee. They can profess the future. They can predict the future. They can foresee the future. Sukracharya is one among them because in Bali Chakravarti story, Sukracharya cautioned his Sishya Bali Chakravarti, saying that this Vamana is not an ordinary person, he is Sakshat Vishnumurti. He is going to finish you. So he could foresee things because of his Trikala Jnanam. So such a Trikala Jnani or Krantidasi is called Kavi. So among such Kavis, I am Sukracharya. So here we have to understand one thing. When we talk of Sukracharya, we don't have a good opinion because he is a guru of Rakshasa. So Paramatma is taking both good, bad and ugly. Everything is taken into consideration. He is saying, I am this, I am this, I am this. So while showcasing, he is not leaving even the negative aspect. Among, gamblers, I am Dhyutam. So like that, among the Rakshasa gurus, so in that process, he also picked up a Rakshasa guru, Sukracharya. So he said, I am that Sukracharya. So don't you think I am different from, the world by saying I am only good part, not the bad part. Everything is manifested by me. This is what we see in Rudram. Rudram, it is very clear, this concept of good, bad and ugly, everything is God. There is one particular Anuvaka which talks of crooks of first waters. It mentions all kinds of, wretched people who are into, ahimsa and who are into harming people. And he says, you are that Rudra. Hey Rudra, you are that. So, the idea is, this is all his manifestation. This is all his appearance. It is not his real Swarupa. His real Swarupa is Chaitanya. He is not tainted by all this. This is all just an appearance. If you get a bad dream and you did something, some horrible thing there in your dream, it doesn't taint your personality as a waker. In the same way, Paramatma is asangaha. Paramatma doesn't get tainted by these manifestations. It is only an appearance. That's what he is going to conclude at the end. Dando damayatam asmi nitirasmi jigishatam maunam chevasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanavatamaham. I am the punishing rod among the punishers. I am diplomacy of those desirous of victory. I am silence among the secrets. I am the wisdom of the wise. Among the punishers, I am the danda. Danda means that lati, that punishing rod. So, in our Shastra, there are 4 strategies to set forth the discipline. The 4 strategies are to bring forth dharma or to set discipline. There are 4 kinds of strategies. The strategies are Sama, Dana, Bheda, Danda. Sama means by discussing pros and cons, you can bring the discipline or dharma. You can set dharma. The second thing is Bheda. Bheda means by showing the difference, by creating a difference, you can win over the other person. This Bheda Buddhi was the policy followed by Britishers when they were ruling India. This was called divide and rule. They used to, divide between two people, then finally rule over the people. So this divide and rule is Bheda Buddhi. This is also one of the policies suggested by our Shastra. Then Dana. Dana means by offering some gift, by offering some kind of, money. So we can win over the other person. By showing some profit, we can win over the other person. Then the final thing, when all these things are not, working, then finally Danda is the only method. Krishna Paramatma, he tried all these things. He tried Sama, Bheda, Dana, and none of them did work. He said, you don't give, you don't return the entire, kingdom back to, Pandavas. You just give 5 small villages to them. That is enough. So, when this is what we say, Dana, he donated all his country, 5 small villages you live. This is, Dana Gunam. So he has shown, he has put a bait, but Duryodhana did not yield. He said, I will not give even a place, which a needle can point. So, in a combat situation, in a helpless situation, they had to wage war. So, this Danda is the, a strategy to set in discipline, to set in dharma. When people are, very unruly, then police, they had to, resort to violence. So they had to do lathi charge and, they had to open tear gas, all those things. So among the punishers, I am the danda, I am the representation of that lathi charge. Lathi charge is only a representation. So I am the moral among the desirous people. I am maunam, silence, among the secrets. Jnanavatam jnanam cha eva mahamasmi. Among the people who are wise, I am that very knowledge. So this is what he said. We have come up to this and then we are proceeding further. 39th sloka. Echapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadahamarjuna natadasti vina yatsyat maya bhutam characharam nantosti mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa. He parantapa, mama divyanam vibhutinam antaha na asti. Arjuna, aham sarvabhutanam bijam asmi. So, I am the very seed of the entire jivarasi, entire living being. Bijam means I am the very upadana karanam, I am the material cause. Like, the clay is for pot. Without clay, you cannot imagine a pot. Gold for ornaments, wood for furniture. I am the very material cause for the entire Srishti. So where is this material? It is all through the product. It is not away from the product. So if you look at the pot, the clay is all through the pot. Every bit of pot is clay. So similarly, every bit of ornament is gold. So, Vacharambanam vikaro namadeyam vrittika ityeva satyam. So there is no separate thing as ornament and gold. In fact, gold alone appears as ornament. Clay alone appears as pot. So similarly, I appear as this world, vivid and varied, but I am the reality. The appearance is Vidya, which comes and goes. There is no reality in it. So that's why he said in Sadrupam, in the form of Uniki, in the form of existence, I am there in this entire world. So as existence, I have lent my existence to this world and sustaining this world. Aham Atma Gudakesa Sarva Bhutasaya Stitaha. So in all these living beings, I am very much there as Atma, as Chaitanyam, as Chidamsa. So that's what he meant by Aham Bijam. So I am the very seed. So Paramatma is the Sat Amsha in every living being. Then he further says, Maya vina et characharam bhutam syat tat na asti. So without my blessing, this entire charachara prapancham cannot exist. I have lent my existence to them. Because I lend my existence, because I give my existence to this entire world, the world is sustaining. The world doesn't have existence on its own. Like the ornaments cannot exist on their own. Can you separate gold and ornament? You cannot. Can you separate pot and clay? You cannot. Because pot cannot exist without clay. Clay is lending existence to pot. Gold is lending existence to ornaments. Similarly, Paramatma is lending existence to this entire world. Without Paramatma, Maya vina yat characharam bhutam syat tat na asti. So this entire chara prapancham and achara prapancham cannot exist without my blessings. Blessings means what? Blessings as Chaitanyam, as Sat, as Chit. My existence I lend, my Chaitanyam I lend. So because of this entire world is, appearing. So this is all my Vibhuti, this Sat, Chit, Nirguna Isvara Vibhuti, all this is. So all Saguna Vibhuti is because of my Sat and Chit. So Vibhuti means it's a Mahima. So this we should not forget. So Maya vina yat characharam bhutam syat tat na asti. Whatever is the, this movable and immovable things are there in this world, tat na asti, it cannot exist without me. Maya vina, without my blessings, without me, you cannot imagine this world. That's what Paramatma is declaring. You cannot imagine means you cannot imagine a pot without clay. You cannot imagine ornament without gold. You cannot imagine furniture without wood. In the same way, you cannot imagine the entire world without the existence. That existence absolute is God. So we will take up sloka number 40. Nantosti mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa yeshatu uddeshatah prokto vibhute vistaro maya. He Parantapa, Mama divyanam vibhutinam antahana asti. O Arjuna, there is no end for my vibhutis. It is endless. So there's no point, giving the list like this. There's no end. I have to keep on talking like this. And you get tired after some time. So there's no point, giving the entire list. I cannot, in fact, because my vibhuti is such a, vast and wide. Here, we have used two technical terms. Once again, I'm recalling. Vibhuti and Yogam. Yogam is unmanifest form, Vibhuti is the manifest form. This entire world is Vibhuti, Bhagavan's Vibhuti, the manifest form. When he is in the unmanifest form, that is called Yogam. So, Mama Divyanam Vibhutinam Antahana Asti. So, for my divine and endless vibhutis, for my divine and vast vibhutis, there is no end. He Parantapa, he Arjuna. Yesha tuddesataha prokto vibhute vistaro maya. My manifestations are many. Among those, I have given a brief description. I have given a few examples. Uddesataha proktaha. I have given a very condensed form of my manifestation. So you may feel, dissatisfied because I did not give you the entire list. Now there is a method by which you can extend it. This is called leaving this table open to the mind. It is not a closed table, it is an open table. So that, you can extend to any level. So how you can, extend it, he is going to give a hint. By applying that hint, you can extend this list to, to any level unendingly. This is in fact our homework. So wherever, you can see a particular thing, you can apply this condition and feel Bhagavan's presence there. Yad yad vibhutimat sattvam srimadurjitameva va tatta devavagachatvam mama tejomsa sambhavam. Yeshaha tu vibhutehe vistaraha maya uddesataha proktaha. Yat yat sattvam vibhutimat srimat urjitam evava asti. Tat tat mama tejaha amsa sambhavam asti iti tvam avagaccha. Yat et sattvam vibhutimat srimat urjitam evava asti tat tat mama tejaha amsa sambhavam asti iti tvam avagaccha. So now I will give you a hint so that you can make your own table. You can create your own table. You can see wonderful and most amazing things in this world. Like we have the 7 wonders of the world. If you see another wonder which is akin to the 7 wonders, you will say 8th wonder. It may be artificial or it may be natural. They are all my vibhutis. Even though it is man-made, it is my vibhuti. So, yat yat vibhutimat sattvam srimad urjitameva va. Wherever you see a wonderful and most astonishing thing, from a small ant to a big mountain like Everest, that is all my vibhuti. Srimat means which is having prosperity, bright and brilliant, most valuable. For example, a Kohinoor diamond. For example, Kohinoor diamond is most valuable. So that is Srimat. So like that, most valuable thing and powerful thing, you take it as my Vibhuti. If you see such thing, you take it as my Vibhuti. See the power of solar energy. So sun is giving 12 hours his solar energy. If you have to create artificially, how much of electricity you have to generate? It is very difficult to create such energy artificially. How much of money is required? How much of human effort is required to generate such energy? So without spending a single pi, Bhagavan is giving 12 hours such an energy. Apart from that energy, he is giving D vitamin. He is nourishing all of us. He is a Pushan. Because of him, we get that photosynthesis and we get the carbohydrates. So, all this is Vibhuti. If you look at stars, you get astonished. If you look at the thunder, if you look at lightning, if you look at waterfalls, everything is an awe. So, everything is a wonder. So, this entire nature is so powerful, so great, such an astonishing thing. It is beautiful and also wonderful. So, all that is my Vibhuti. Wherever you get mesmerized by its wonder, by its magic, that is my Vibhuti. So, if you get, enticed by nature, if you get enchanted by nature, that is all my Vibhuti. People go to Kanyakumaris to see the sunrise. So, that is a wonder. So, like that, everything in this world is a wonder. So, Etyat Vibhuti, wherever the Vibhuti is there, wherever you see that astonishment, wherever you feel astonished, wherever you feel the wonder, that is my Vibhuti, my Swarupam. Tat tat eva avagacha. So, such an extraordinary and powerful thing is my Vibhuti among the infinite Vibhutis. It is not one and only Vibhuti. Among such infinite Vibhutis, that is one Vibhuti. May you understand this. Mama tejum sa sambhavam. May you understand that as my tejas, my small amsha, my mahima, my Vibhuti. So, that is why in our Shastra, it advocates to have reverence for everything. If you see Aswatha Vriksha, you revere, you offer namaskara. If you see Himalaya, you offer namaskara. So like that, you see his presence everywhere. And finally, Paramatma is concluding, Athava bahunaitena kim jnatena tava Arjuna Vishtabhyahamidham krusnam yekam sena stito jagat. Hey Arjuna, athava etena bahuna jnatena tava kim aham idam krusnam Jagat Eka Amsena Vishtabhya Sthitaha Asmi Iti Tvam Vidhi. So, Athava, or, O Arjuna, there is no point to get this list one by one. You don't derive anything out of this, because I am there in all. By saying he is there, he is there, he is there, that means we are not including all points in the world. There are certain points where we have left out by not pointing out this is God. Isn't it? So, there is no point. It is only an initial stage. It's only a beginning stage where you can appreciate my presence. But as you grow spiritually, you need not stop with, few vibhutis here and there. In fact, all these vibhutis, the entire Jagat is my Yoga Shakti, a single Yoga Shakti. It is all, within my Yoga Shakti. So Paramatma is giving the conclusion. So he says, O Arjuna, the Srishti is my manifestation. So don't look at this creation in one particular angle and say this is his Vibhuti, this is his Vibhuti, like that. So for example, you take water. Water is manifested in various forms. Water appears as surf, a bubble, a wave, a ocean, a river, a waterfall. Like that, there are so many forms of water. But then if you look at each one as the manifestation of water, there is no end. On the contrary, if you understand everything is water, all these things are appearances. Waterfall is an appearance of water. River is an appearance of water. Surf is an appearance of water. Bubble is an appearance of water. Wave is an appearance of water. All that is here is water. So if you understand this, you need not go for the list at all. So you get that samyak darshanam. Athava, or bahunaitena jnatena kim. In other way, if I have to tell you, there is no point expanding. First he said you can expand this list by looking at the wonderful things, powerful things as my Vibhuti. Then finally he's concluding there's no point expanding and trying to see my Vibhuti in a particular thing. So there's no point in expanding this list. He said, I am Vyasa among Munis. He said, I am Ganges among rivers. Then I am the very knowledge among wise. So like that, he kept on telling various things. Then finally, he's concluding, why all this? Everything is within me. May you understand, there's nothing outside me. Aham idam kritsnam jagat vishtabhyastitaha. So, the fact is that the entire Srishti, the entire universe, the entire manifestation is within me. So it is like this. We started with, a description. The space is within this hall. The space is within this hall. When we say the space is within this hall, when we go to next room, the space is in this hall. So, room by room, we can separate the space. The hall space, the dining room hall space, kitchen room space, like that. sit-out space, like that. But in fact, the space is not only in these rooms, all the rooms are within the space only. The space is such a huge one, it can accommodate everything. Asamantat kasate iti akasaha. Space means akasam. Asamantat kasate iti akasaha. Avakasa pradatru akasaha. That one which accommodates everything is called akasha. So, because akasha accommodates everything, all rooms are within the space. So, he started with, pinpointing one, bright and brilliant and powerful and very attractive things in the world as his manifestation to start with, to appease the human mind. And finally, he is taking us to higher level. What is that higher level? He says, I'm not only in this. There is no point, trying to exhaust this list. This is a futile exercise because this list is unending and you will land up nowhere. This is only an initial exercise. What you have to understand is the entire Srishti is within Bhagavan, within God. So, this is what you have to understand. Ekam Sena, the entire Vishwam, is within Paramatma. So, it is like a small bubble in ocean. So, how big is the ocean when compared to a bubble? So, like that, the Vishwam is a very small thing in Bhagavan. So, a small amsha in Bhagavan. So, you have to understand that Paramatma is like Mahadakasham, and the Matakasham is also there in Mahadakasham. So that way we can include everything in Paramatma. So in the beginning, if you remember, we had a discussion about God. What was the discussion? Initially, a sadhaka thinks Paramatma is different, Jiva is different. Paramatma is Srishtikarta and this world, and Jiva is Srishti. So, Srishtikarta is different from Srishti. This was the idea. Then at a later stage, we cannot accommodate because Srishti is different from Srishtikarta. Then the Bhagavan's all-pervasiveness cannot be accommodated in this idea. When there are two things, Srishti and Srishtikarta, when there are two things, Bhagavan is not one. It is not Advitiyam when two things are there. So, and before Srishti, where was the material? How Paramatma could create this world? That was the question. So when that was the question, so Shastra again gives a further step. Shastra said, no, Bhagavan did not create, Bhagavan became the world. When Bhagavan became the world, that means he became the Upadana Karanam, he is the Nimitta Karanam. Both Nimitta Karanam and Upadana Karanam are rolled into one. They became one. So when they rolled into one, this world, came. That means as Upadana Karanam, he is there everywhere in this world. And he is Nimitta Karanam as well as Upadana Karanam, just as Vornanabi, Edhor Nanabi Srujate Gruhnate Cha. So like that. In this model, we have, we have, the entire 10th chapter is this Viswarupa Ishvara, where Bhagavan is this world. So, he has given a wonderful exercise so that wherever you go, whatever you transact, whatever you experience is not away from God. So, you can feel the divinity here and now. So, that was the idea. So, for that, he has given an elaborate list. Then, again, there is a problem. If you say that this world is Bhagavan, Bhagavan became this world, there is a problem. What was the problem? The problem is you cannot appease good, bad and ugly as God, because Bhagavan is Mangala Surupa, Kalyana Karaka. He gives auspicious things. I cannot imagine God as bad and ugly. So that is not appeasing to me. And besides that, when Bhagavan became this world, that Bhagavan is not there, that means when Bhagavan became means when milk turns into curds, milk is no more there. You cannot get back milk once you turn milk into curds. This is called Parinami Upadana Karanam. So if Bhagavan becomes Parinami Upadana Karanam, you cannot, appeal to God. You cannot, seek God's blessings. So again, there is a problem. And again, when you say Bhagavan became this world, there are so much of variety in this world, and so many things are there. Nanatvam is there. So Bhagavan is Ekam, Nityam, Saram, Satyam. This world is, it has a birth and also it has an exit point. It has an entry point and an exit point. So, Jayate Gacchate iti Jagat. So, which takes birth and which exit. So, that is Jagat. Whereas Bhagavan is not that. So, we again have that question, how to accommodate this. So, he said that, now again Shastra offers you at a higher model. Shastra says, don't you worry. Bhagavan did not become the world. Bhagavan appears as this world. Bhagavan appears. Bhagavan appears means it is only as you dream, in your dream. This is also a cosmic dream. It is called a Midya Jagat. The Satya Paramatma is away from the Srishti. He did not become the Srishti. He appeared. He projected the Srishti. That's what we have to understand. So, with this understanding, he is concluding that you need not exhaust this list. Enough of this exercise. All you can think is the entire Srishti is within Bhagavan. So there is no point, saying that this is God, this is God, this is God like this. So if you take that higher form, Bhagavan alone is there. Bhagavan is Ekam, Satyam, Saram, Nityam. So to that, slowly Krishna Paramatma wants us all to, go. So he is giving that idea. So with this, Paramatma has concluded this chapter. Om Tatsat Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Tatsaditi iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Sastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Vibhuti Yogo Nama Dasamodhyayaha. ఓం పూర్ణమదః పూర్ణమిదం పూర్ణాత్ పూర్ణముదచ్యతే పూర్ణస్య పూర్ణమాదాయ పూర్ణమేవావశిష్యతే. ఓం శాంతి శాంతి శాంతి. హరి ఓం. శ్రీ గురుభ్యో నమః. హరి ఓం.